We are going to do a word problem using the law of cosines. We said when we had the case where we had side, angle, side, that we could use the law of cosines in order to solve our problem. So we're missing this side here that's across from our angle. Sam wants to know the length of a tunnel built through a mountain. To do so, he makes the measurements shown in the figure below. Use these measurements to find the length of the tunnel. So, I have side, angle, side. I'm going to find this side right here. So I'm going to say x squared is going to equal, and it doesn't matter which is which, but I'm going to have 230 squared plus 173 squared minus 2 times 230 times 173 times the cosine of the angle that's across from x, which is 75. So solving that, again, I'm going to put these two together first. So 230 squared plus 173 squared would give me 82,829 minus 2 times 230 times 173 gives me minus 79,580 cosine of 75. Now here you can't subtract that first because this is times this. So punch it all in at once then. 82829 minus 79580 cosine of 75 gives me that x squared is equal to 62,232.1803. Again, there's a 9 on the end. I'm not really worried about rounding it off. And in fact, I'm not even going to clear my calculator. I'm going to do the square root of my answer. So square root, ANS button to do square root of my answer. It equals x equals 249.4637. So rounding to the nearest tenth, 249.5. We are in meters. So what is the length of my tunnel? 249.5 meters. So law of cosine, when we have side, angle, side case there, we can find our missing side. Here's one where we have all three sides. So we have the side, side, side case. We said when we had side, 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 we'd use the law of cosines. Two airplanes leave an airport at the same time. An hour later, the planes are 228 kilometers apart. If one plane has traveled 288 kilometers, the other one 283 kilometers, find the angle between their flight paths. So I'm finding the angle that's opposite the 228. So when I'm doing my law of cosines, 228 squared is going to equal 283 squared plus 288 squared minus 2 times 283 times 288 times the cosine of the angle opposite of that, which is theta. So when I solve this like I did before, I'm going to have 228 squared minus 283 squared minus 288 squared over negative 2 times 283 times 288. That's going to equal the cosine of my angle. So simplifying the top, 228 squared minus 283 squared minus 288 squared gives me negative 111,049. On the bottom, negative 2 times 283 times 288 gives me negative 163,008. So I am going to do the inverse cosine. Since this is a negative over a negative, again I can make it positive. 111,049 over 163,008. So, shift cosine parentheses. 111,049 divided by 163,008. Close my parentheses, hit equals. I get 47.0586 rounding to the nearest tenth would be 47.1 degrees. So that is the measure of this angle right here, 47.1 degrees. One more of those using my law of cosines. Randy is on vacation at a tropical bay which has 3 islands. He rents a boat on island A and plans to travel to navigate to island C, which is 13 miles away. Based on the figure below, at what angle theta should he navigate to go to island C? So, again, we have the side, side, side case. We have 3 of the sides. We're looking for the angle. We're looking for the angle that's opposite the 10 miles. So putting that into my law of cosine, 10 squared equals 13 squared plus 15 squared minus 2 times 13 times 15 cosine of theta. And rearranging to solve that. 10 squared minus 13 squared minus 15 squared divided by negative 2 times 13 times 15 is going to equal the cosine of theta. So figuring out my top number, 10 squared minus 13 squared minus 15 squared gives me negative 294. On the bottom, negative 2 times 13 times 15 gives me negative 390. We're going to do the inverse cosine. This is a negative over a negative, so of 294 over 390. Oh, a second. So if I do inverse cosine parentheses 294 divided by 390, I get 41.0753. So rounding that off, I would have 41.1 degrees for my measure for angle A. Alright, so law of cosine. Either when you have side, angle, side, or side, 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 we can use the law of cosines to find our missing parts.